Namaste and welcome to Ebby&Flow. My yoga teachers over the years have always told me that hips is where a lot of us store the majority of our tension, whether that's physically or even emotionally, especially if you're living a sedentary lifestyle like I am in the corporate world and many other types of occupations. So today we're going to do a quick, short hip opener flow to release tension in the hips. So let's get started. Let's start with a very easy pose in child's pose. So let's go find our way to the mat. Spread the knees out wide and sit back your torso towards your heels. And you could put your forehead on the mat. This is a child's pose. This is already a hip opening pose with fairly minimal effort. Take a couple breaths here. Great. Let's meet at a tabletop with our hands and wrists right below our shoulders and our knees below the hips. And then let's bring our right leg towards our hands, in between the hands, into a low lunge position. And from here, just gently rock back and forth, loosening up the hips and the hamstrings. Nice. Let's bring that right leg back to meet the other leg. Bring the left leg in between the hands. Same thing, opposite side. Great job. Let's meet back in a child's pose. This time you can have your knees touching or wide out. Great job. Meet back at tabletop. And then next inhale, lift your knees to a downward dog. Take a couple breaths here. Maybe bend the knees and then rock the feet back and forth, pedal out the feet. Great job. Let's slowly tippy toe legs and feet to meet the hands. Now we're in a forward fold with the knees bent generously. Let's inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Great job. I'm going to face you to make this a little easier. We're going to go into a goddess pose. You don't have to go too deep, but essentially you can have your feet pointed out a little bit. Legs pretty wide out, knees wide, and lower down as much as you can. Start small. This could be very intense. Eventually you want to work your way down over time. It could be a little easier if you maybe got some movement to it, from side to side. If you need to, put your hands on the mat. It's totally fine. Brilliant job. Let's bring our feet a little bit closer together. So wiggle them back and forth a little bit towards each other. Now we're a little bit more than hip distance apart, and slowly lower down to a yogi squat. Kind of like a baseball catcher. This can be very intense, so jump right back up if it's starting to cause any discomfort. Great job, and now let's lower all the way down. All right, let's lay back on our mats all the way flat. And let's bring our right leg in towards our chest. So hug it in towards your chest. Maybe do a few mini circles with that right leg. Maybe switch to the opposite direction with those mini circles. Great job. Now with that same leg hugged in, let's push it out a little bit towards the right, closer to our right arm and right armpit area. Brilliant. And now let's bring it over to the opposite side so it's more of a twist. Bring it all the way over to the left, as far as you can. Right arm can go extended out. This is not only a hip stretch, but also a back twist. Excellent job. Let's bring that back to center. And release that leg back out, extended. Opposite side, you know where we're going. Left leg hugs in towards the chest. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Slowly, relaxed. Try to find that equanimous state. Let's do a couple mini circles in both directions at your own pace. Great job. Let's bring that left leg closer towards the left side. Just a little bit out towards the left. Great job, and now twist over to the right side. Love it. You're doing a great job. Let's bring that back to center. Let's hug both knees in together. Give yourself a nice big hug because you deserve it. Give yourself a nice little back massage by rolling from side to side. And now let's have a little fun with it by rocking up and down little by little until you get enough momentum to come to a seated position. You're doing an excellent job. We're going to close it out with one final pose, one of my favorites. Basic one that I'm sure you know and have done in PE class or some type of gym class growing up. Butterfly pose. Bring your feet together and in towards your torso as close as you can. Maybe flap those butterfly wings. Or just stay still, whatever's best. I like to use my elbows to kind of push those legs even further down to get even more of a deep stretch if you're not feeling too much of a stretch. Also, you could sit up tall and lean forward. Try not to round the back too much until you get to a point where you can't go anymore. Awesome job. That was great. Those are just a few of many poses you could do. Those are my go-to basics for stretching out the hips. Don't forget to take a 5 to 10 minute Shavasana corpse pose to reap all the benefits of this wonderful practice you just did. Namaste. Thank you for joining. Take care.